It's a great privilege to come to a university like Leeds, and I want students to have a whole range of opportunities so that actually they can go out into the world and have a great career, but also make a difference and make a difference to other people's lives. The students' element of the campaign is about opportunity. We are inviting alumni to give in order to allow students, whatever their talents, whatever their aspirations, to be able to fulfil those and have a go at things that are actually going to set them up for life as positively as possible. There are scholarships for a whole range of different kinds of talent and interest. So, for example, on the academic side of things, we have the undergraduate research and leadership scholarships, which means that students can get involved working on a research project with a cutting-edge academic, and they can do that in a sustained way over their second and third year. We have scholarships that allow students who are interested in starting their own business, giving them the right kind of mentorship, giving them a bit of seed corn funding, giving them the kind of experience that means that they can do that confidently. And we've had fantastic success with those. So I think it's the range of kinds of opportunity that we've made available to students that I'm particularly excited by.
We're looking for potential, we're not looking for someone who's already achieved 3 A-level grade A's. It doesn't tell you everything about the student.
We want Leeds students to be able to fulfil themselves regardless of their financial circumstances. I don't want education ever to be inhibited by financial constraints.
For example, they've gone to a school which isn't achieving the national average GCSEs, or they have come from a particularly low-income background, or they come from an area where there's typically low progression rate into higher education, then these students have the opportunity to take part in Access to Leeds.
I was never a very confident person at all. I didn't think I could go to university. None of my family had any A-levels or GCSEs even, so for me to think that I could go to university, that was a really big deal. When I got sort of the letter through saying that they'd given me this scholarship or they'd offered me the scholarship, it was one of the happiest days. For me it was like, okay, well for once someone can actually believe that I can do something like this.
When students from low-income backgrounds at university, obviously there's going to be a financial imperative for them to do part-time work, so they're going to get some co-curricular activity, but there's not as much flexibility in the skills that they can develop through bar work that they could develop through running their own particular volunteering project. So what we were looking for was a way to enhance the employability of our scholars, and the Social Enrichment Scholarship was really created to address this issue.
The scholars who've been supported can go out and be role models for kids who might be needing to be given some help them to aspire to come to a university like this. So I think it becomes a virtuous circle, this circle of giving, and that making a difference is crucial to me. Sometimes that's, that phrase can be a kind of cliche, but actually I can't think of a better phrase. I can't think of a better way of describing what I want our students to go out and do.
I really kind of do feel like I really want to change the way that the whole system works, just to get more people who are talented, young people, into university.
Another of the opportunities that I'm particularly excited by within the campaign is funding for students who want to do internships in organisations that can't afford to pay a wage, so third sector organisations, for example. And that seems to me to be a particularly imaginative way, again, of helping both the students and those organisations. Whatever a student's particular talents, whatever their particular aspirations, we like to make that possible, make it possible for them to fulfil those. So one example of that would be sports scholarships.
Over the last 10 years, I think we're all incredibly proud of the way that we've transformed sport at Leeds. The Edge, this sparring facility and the investment we've had at our sports grounds has really made a massive difference to the provision that we can provide our students in general. We've also been improving the sports structures, the coaching and the volunteering around sport. And we've been fortunate to bring on and support our very talented individuals such as Alistair and Johnny Brownlee or Claire Cashmore. What's really exciting and moving forward is the chance that we might have with the support of our donors to provide some very dedicated scholarships to those talented students to reach really towards the success they deserve and we would all like them to have.
Leeds has one of the very best university libraries in this country. The library is truly world class. And what we want to do is make sure that that tradition, that fantastic tradition, is maintained. Libraries are still about books, but they're also, of course, about digital resources, and they're about new kinds of learning spaces.
Libraries have been changing over the last 30 years as we've seen a digital revolution, and now students bring with them laptops, iPads, phones. They want to be able to plug in these devices. They want to be able to get their learning materials through these devices, because although we have lots of books here, we also have a fantastic array of electronic materials, 32,000 journals, for example. So we need a library to support that new digital age.
I'm particularly interested in technology-enhanced learning. I've been doing some research into how I think technology can improve and enhance education. For example, we've been podcasting our lectures so students can listen again effectively to things that they haven't understood. And this is just making really simple use of technology, but in really powerful ways that help students to learn.
Our role in the library is to help them with those information skills. In that information jungle that there is now out there in the digital world, that's crucially important in allowing our students to become those really productive workers of the future.
Lots of Leeds alumni have very fond memories of the Students' Union. And one of the particular venues in the Students' Union is the Riley Smith Hall, where all kinds of performances take place. But the Riley Smith Hall is in need of refurbishment. We need to make it into a state-of-the-art performance space, and that's one of the things that we're hoping to be able to do through the campaign.
Well, when we were students, we were so lucky. I mean, we got grants. I was able to live on my grant and even save money. It wasn't a problem. And we had a great time. I'm sure students today have a great time. In that sense, I hope it's not changed. But we weren't encumbered. We weren't worried about the future. Children today, they're facing an economic environment which is clearly terrible, where the likelihood of getting a job is slim. At the very minimum, I think you need a good degree from a good university, just as a ticket to play the game. Thereafter, it's up to you, and it is still a lottery. But without that ticket to play, it's very, very difficult indeed. So to be able to give someone just a bit of financial support, to take away that concern, that worry, so that they're able to go to university, at a good university like Leeds, get a good degree, and have that ticket to play, it's so important.
I'm proud of giving students an imaginative range of opportunities. It's about maximising student opportunities to fulfil both their academic aspirations and their co-curricular aspirations.
What we want is students who feel at home because they're more likely to succeed.
I always feel that students get a very personal experience. We're really focused on the individual student and their journey through the university and beyond.
It gives the individuals themselves an opportunity to achieve great things. It genuinely transforms their chance of succeeding.
Whatever abilities, whatever special talents they have, whatever things they want to try out, we want to give them the opportunity to do that while they're with us.
We are a world-class university, and therefore we need to give them world-class facilities.
That structure, that investment, that considered approach with the support of the alumni is making a real difference.
This was the difference between having a life and just kind of disappearing into the background. It didn't just provide me with an education in the traditional academic sense, it provided me with a social education and a confidence education and a life education.
Well, I've reached the time in my life when I've been able to help my children achieve whatever they wish to achieve, and I'd really like now to be able to help someone else. And what the Leeds alumni team has given me is the opportunity to allow people to reach their aspirations, to achieve their goals. Why not join this campaign and put some money behind the sponsorship of a student?